So today we've got some great speakers. First up, I'm going to put you on to a real firecracker. You all know her. Elizabeth Pallett.
Good afternoon. It's good to see you lot here, and thank you for coming, because I know most of you are people we help. I'm really angry right now because I know the amount of people and who said they were coming and have not turned up yet. So please, when you get home, tell them off. This is the fight for all of us. This is the fight for our freedom, our right to use a God-given plant that is healing people. So I ask you not to just stop here, but tomorrow contact your local federal and state politicians and demand they bring an end to this war and demand they free the plant. I really don't have much more to say except, again, thank you for coming, and please, please make it that everybody recognises how important it is to turn up to these rallies each and every time. Because apparently for them, the meds aren't that important. I want to hand this over to the next speaker, whoever that is. Danielle?
Thank you, Elizabeth. Okay. I'm sure you know we've had several protests in this park now. We had a really big one back in 2015. We also had Helen Marie Gladden did a hunger strike here. We had the Enough is Enough here. So I'm going to hand it over to you. She's got a couple of petitions as well for the government, so that afterwards, if you wouldn't mind signing it and passing it around. Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Miriam, and I am here for change today. I am here to ask the doer questions as to why they are not doing for the people. For far too long, the Government of Australia has represented the corporations above the needs and wants of the people. It is time for the politicians to make a decision for the people and not for their wallets this time. To worry about profit from medicinal cannabis before worrying about civilian access is simply evil. The government has clearly shown us that they are putting profit above the people. And it is time to stop this arbitrary game and do the right thing by the people of Australia. This year marks 89 years since the Poisons Act 1928 Victoria, enacted in 1929, made Indian hemp, defined as cannabis sativa L, illegal. As a result of Australia being a signatory to the 1925 Geneva Convention. 89 years of innocent people being persecuted for a plant and being labelled as criminals for using this plant for its natural remedies. Let's not make it 90 years. Let this be the year the government listens to the people. "89 years is a small amount of time if you look at the rich, diverse history of cannabis. For 5,000 years, humanity has been using this plant for its medicinal benefits, recreational use, and spirituality. Australia has one of the highest cannabis prevalence use rates in the world, with over a third of our population having consumed cannabis in their life. The World Health Organization, WHO, recently declared that medicinal cannabis has no public health risk, whilst recommending in the same report stronger restrictions on fentanyl, a synthetic opioid which has killed thousands of people in America. There is an overwhelming amount of support, research and information worldwide about the benefits of cannabis use. Cannabis is safer than alcohol and tobacco, two legal drugs which anyone over the age of 18 in Australia can access. The law does not dictate what is moral and what is immoral. It dictates what is legal and what is illegal. There were many things that were once legal that are now illegal today and considered immoral, unjust, and inequitable. Just as we have done with old arbitrary laws that no longer serve its purpose, it is time to do away with cannabis prohibition. It goes without saying, but apparently it needs to be said, that cannabis users, growers and compassionate healers are not criminals. Enough is enough. I cannot say it more. Cannabis users are not criminals. We are here today to hold the Victorian state responsible for their actions. Cannabis is a viable treatment to an innumerable variety of illnesses. By allowing cannabis to continue to be criminalised and not accessible for personal use, the government is allowing people to die of treatable illnesses. We are holding the government responsible for these deaths. We are also holding the government responsible for the quality of life that opiate-based patients have to endure, while there is a less toxic option available to them for pain relief, but yet it is still kept from them. And we demand that the innocent people who have been jailed for only cannabis-related offences be released. Australia is currently producing medicinal cannabis and the federal government has given the okay to export it. Whilst the people of Australia who need it are suffering and being persecuted and marginalised for growing it themselves and obtaining it through the black market. They've put us in this situation. So I will be presenting the Legislative Council of Victoria with two petitions. The first is a question. What is taking this council such a long time to decriminalise and legalise cannabis in the state of Victoria for personal use, despite the overwhelming amount of research that there is? Why are the people not being represented on this matter? When it is the Parliament's duty to be a representative democracy as per the Constitution of Australia. Yet that's not what they're doing in this situation. The second petition is a plea for amnesty for all Victorians who consume cannabis and are liable for charges of possession, trafficking, possession of documents to make cannabis-related products, cultivating and administering. Today we speak and we will no longer be silent.
I'm being robbed, all my plants are being taken. My life in general is crazy, sad. We suffer enough. We want cannabis plants all legal now. No more lying to the people. No more turning us all against each other and making war for plants. We have had enough. I hope you all hear this because this is to all of you. You who think profit, as this beautiful girl here saying her speech, is more important than our food, plants, trees, nature. Well, we all are. We are nature. Every single one of us is. And these high medicinal food plants are illegal. And to me, that's just not right. It's not logical.
From walk to white. There's actually not much we have in common except cannabis as a belief that we believe prohibition is wrong. Our government's let us down for far too long. And it's about time that we stand up against the lies that the business and the corporations have put out there for false information. It's not true. This plant heals. It doesn't kill. The synthetic compounds that they make from this plant kills. It's not on. Too many people like Tony Barrett is in jail at the moment as we speak over a plant making medicine for people that this community and the government let down. It banned our medicine. We need to change things now. We need things to change. We need people to start listening to us. We're not just a bunch of stoners. We come from all walks of life. Yes. We need change. The industries that have collapsed in this country, cars, all the industries that supported those industries aren't there anymore. We need jobs. We need jobs for our kids yesterday. There's growers in this country that can produce cannabis that is the best in this world. We're known for producing products. We're known for having the best. We can make
compassionate carers that stick their neck out, like Jenny, like Tony, are being persecuted and prosecuted, and we're not supporting them. It's not on. Things need to change now.
Go out there, encourage others to get their cannabis tried on, to come out of the cannabis closet, because we need this, and we need this year. We've been doing it too much of this, and we need to see an end. On that note, Matt Pallett, can you please approach the microphone?
Hello everyone, good to see you here. Shame we haven't got more, but yep, that's life. The biggest issue with these laws is they're based on lies. Cannabis is not a poison. What is it doing on a list of poisons? It's never killed in thousands of years of known use. Not one documented death due to toxicity. Why is we letting them keep it on a list of poisons? It's just lies intended to keep their pharma political masters in business. We know that because everywhere that cannabis is legalised, the use of pharmaceutical drugs dropped by about 60%. Now, given how many pharmaceutical drugs kill each year, that's a big death toll that's being avoided in those places where cannabis is available. Given that the State Health Minister, Jill Hennessy, made the statement that cannabis is an essential life-saving medicine, I put it to you that anybody who withholds an essential life-saving medicine from those that need it is a psychopath. There is no other personality type that would go there. It's time to remove the psychopaths out of the parliament. We don't need psychopaths making laws for us. That's ridiculous. It is a plant that doesn't kill, it heals. There are a lot of people here today that I can see who I know how much it's impacted your lives. I know that there's people here who have had stage 4 cancers that are now cleared, and the doctors are the ones that said they're cleared. It works, it cures, it heals. If you have a spine, you have an endocannabinoid system and can benefit from cannabis medicines. If you are a spineless parasite, it is a poison to you. Wonder where we've got laws that say that it's a spineless poison. Could it be that there's a bunch of parasites working over the back here? I think it's the case. Until I'm proven wrong, that's my viewpoint. It's a working theory. We're being run by a bunch of psychopaths who want us to suffer and die while their mates in Big Pharma strip us of our assets. That is the business model. Time we stopped them from playing that game. Time we held them to account for the number of people that are dying because they can't get the medicines that they need. Yeah. The single treaty on narcotics, single convention on narcotics, the basic international treaty that all their drug laws are based on, even it says adequate provision must be made for the relief of pain and suffering. What part of must don't they understand? They haven't got a choice. They must make it available. Not this procrastination, not through bullshit red tape the way they are at the moment. They must make it available for those that need it to stop the suffering. If they're not prepared to go there, they show themselves to be a bunch of psychopaths. There is no other explanation. Are we going to tolerate this from politicians? This is an election year. Time to hold them accountable. Time to make noise in your local electorate. Get in the face of your local politicians and confront them on the fact that they're either for it being available immediately or they're showing themselves to be psychopaths. It's got to end. It's got to end. Too many people have died. And the other issue is that When they brought in the new laws here in Victoria to make cannabis supposedly available for medicine, for the first time ever, they made seed illegal. Prior to that, it was never illegal. Now they're claiming the seed, that the genetics of Australian strains is illegal, so you can't get a licence to make medicines, and you can only get that if you import seed from overseas seed banks who are registered with the UNODC. Would anyone care to take a guess at the name of the company that owns all of the overseas seed banks? That
Monsanto Bayer.
Yeah, Monsanto Bayer is correct. If you don't want to grow their seed, you are not allowed to get a licence for medical cannabis in this country. Every single strain of Australian cannabis is declared illegal, and you cannot use it to make medicine for Australian people. Like, what? This is ridiculous. How can we have laws that lock out the entire Australian genetic strains out of Australian medicine? Like, really? It's all about profits for big corporations, not about registering the cottage industries that have grown up through Prohibition, in spite of Prohibition, that have proved these medicines work. What the government's offering, Epidiolex doesn't work. That's been shown in their own trials. What they're providing does not work. What the unregulated, unregistered market has provided to people in the last few years has saved lives, has given relief from pain. And nobody has ended up in hospital dead. Like, it's not rocket science, but with politicians and doctors involved, it may as well be, I suppose. I haven't got a lot more to say. Yeah, it's just time we ended this lie. Laws should never be based on lies. If laws are based on lies, it brings the entire principle of rule of law into disregard and disrespect. We can't base laws on lies. Laws must be based on truth and reality, not myths and imaginings. Myths and imaginings is a way to run a government. That's got hairs on it. Anyway.
I'm here with Sean, who appeared in a film called Stealth Care about medical cannabis. Now, thanks for joining me. You've been a medical cannabis patient for quite some time. Tell me a bit about your battle with prescription pills, please.
Well, it all started with spinal injury. It was my second spinal injury at that time. With the first injury, I managed to get myself back to work and live a relatively normal life against the cannabis.
Yes. This is where all your problems stem from, the spinal injury that occurred.
Yeah, I kind of felt obligated to take the drugs that the doctors were prescribing, or else I was being viewed as being non-compliant.
Yep, you were following doctor's orders and you were taking a cocktail of prescription medication, weren't you, Sean?
I was taking probably up to 200 tablets a week.
Yeah.
And I noticed a few times when I ran out of the script, either I was in too much pain, couldn't get up to the chemist, and I thought, oh, well, I don't need it.
Look, I want to thank you for your time today. I hope your battle ends and the good results that you have continue.
No worries.
Thank you.
Happy 420! Going by the beautiful aroma of this park, some of us have gone a bit early, I would say. But I hope I will barely be able to see the back of the crowd at 420 in exactly about 8 minutes. Now, it's great to see Senator Di Natale and the Greens come out to legalise cannabis. We need more voices. Certainly, Reason has been calling for the legalisation of cannabis since we were formed. When we were sex, we loved drugs. Now we're Reason. It's only reasonable that drugs should be legal and that cannabis should be legal. That what we are doing here should not be considered a crime. It should be considered a human right. Now, I've been coming to 420 for 6 years, but I have to say,
I've been enjoying the herb for a lot longer than that. I may have grown some. I've certainly shared some. And I hope to share some today. You guys, you are a champion, thank you. You guys, and in sharing, I'll share it with you. There we go, that's how it works. That's how our cannabis community works. We share, we are kind. We are about enhancing our lives, the pleasure, the health that this plant can bring us.
The war on drugs isn't a war on drugs, it's a war on people. We know that nearly 7 million Australians have tried cannabis. Most people who do it because they enjoy it, they do it safely, and all it does is bring pleasure to their lives. And yet we also know that because of that choice, those same people face a criminal arrest. We heard earlier, we're seeing an increase in the number of arrests associated with cannabis. Nearly 80,000 people arrested last year for doing what? For smoking a plant. Nearly 80,000 people arrested for smoking a plant. We know that that's an arrest that can lead to people not being able to get the job that they want, to be able to travel overseas. And we know all it does is it feeds a criminal industry. And the people who love it, the people who love the fact that cannabis is illegal, are people who make a hell of a lot of money off it. And it's people like you who have to suffer the consequences. And that's why this week the Greens announced our policy, the first major political party in the country to say enough's enough, and we now need to legalise it. We've got a plan that will licence people to grow it, that will licence people to sell it, so that everybody who goes to an outlet will know exactly what's in it, will know exactly what they're getting, will know that what they're getting is what they're paying for, will know that it's safe, and will know that criminals aren't getting rich off the back of it. It's a policy that also says if you want to grow your own plant, you can grow your own plants at home, and you can smoke your own plants at home, and if you're not hurting anybody, then why on earth should you face jail time for a decision that you make for yourself? So, look, the Greens are going to be taking this election policy all the way to the next federal election. We're going to win because of people like you and people right around the country, more than 50% of the Australian community who know that what we're doing is not working, who know that what we're doing is making criminals out of good people, and who know that what we can do is actually start to transform Australia so that we're a more decent and compassionate country. So join with us in building this campaign, and let's make sure that at the next election, when you go to vote, you're going to vote for more decency when it comes to how we regulate cannabis. Thanks everyone, enjoy 420.
Well, thank you, Richard. He's come out of the cannabis closet, and that's good news.
This year it's been a bunch of other people behind the scenes who've brought it all together, and it's kind of just happened, which has been fantastic. So thanks everyone for turning up again and making that just the atmosphere. There's a really special feeling here. You guys are special people.
Countdown from two politicians and Nat, who wants to be a politician.